qualifying session starts 12th.
13 and 14. We mentioned McKinley Kyle Paz on row 5. And they'll be along Shah Jun Tong, who had quite a nasty accident yesterday for Victor Racing Team. Hopefully he's okay. And for Shah, he's a little bit out of his class, but each time he'll be looking to get better and better and closer and closer.
And he is. It's admirable progress. He's showing confidence, running asymmetric colours on his leathers now.
I'm looking forward to seeing if Azroy Hakim Anwar can make any kind of headway. He's on 52 points. He had 2 did not finishers early on, first 2 races of the season in Buriram, and he's not really recovered since then. Apiwat has been first or second in all 5 completed races so far this season on the ARRC.
Yeah, bad luck had been dogging Azroy earlier in the season. Now he's coming back pretty strongly. Win in China, and with terrific pace that we've seen so far this weekend.
We look into the Yamaha pit. It's McKinley Kyle Paz's team looking on. Again, they'll be hoping, try to get yourself into the top ranges. Right, all 14 riders are ready and braced. Supersport 600 is a go. Everybody off nice and clean. On the right-hand side, Adnan Pucha looks to have made a healthy start in the middle. Veda Eger has got off to a very good start. Talk about no nerves. The youngster absolutely wonderful through the first.
Yeah, nice conversion of pole position into whole shot by Veda Eger, and a really nice start from row 2 from Apiwat. Adananta is just behind him.
Yeah, Apiwat Wangtananon. You don't keep him out of the headlines for long in this class in Supersport 600. And having come 5th and not really being the talk of the town, he gets himself up to P2 very, very early on. Azroy Hakim a little bit slow off the mark and going off the track there. Oof. That's interesting. That's not the line you meant to take, Veda.
Yeah, Veda has demoted himself down to 6th and promoted himself almost back up. Oh, bit of contact there with Dimaseki. Perhaps a bit of a rush of blood there from the young Indonesian.
Well, he's just completely... Oh, he's lost the front end and just did well to grab it back. Takes the shortcut.
Meanwhile, who benefited from that? Well, it's Azroy.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we were looking at that, I was expecting to come back and see Apiwat Wangtananon in the lead, but he must have been distracted by what was going on there. And it is indeed Azroy Hakim Anwar who's got into the lead. Where are we looking for bike number 32, Helmi Asman? Has he got himself a little bit up?
There he is. I can't see what... He's just behind Veda Eger Pratama.
Helmi Asman up into P8. 1.5 seconds separating Azroy Hakim at the front. Adelanta Apiwat, and Reza Danica has done well to get himself up into P4.
Yeah, Reza Danica making his presence felt behind Apiwat Wangtananon. Adelanta having moved ahead.
93 is Fadila Abe Aditama, another of the wildcards. Fadila for Astra Honda Racing.
We feel that the progress he's making, Adananta will win a Supersport 600 race sooner or later. Way too early to call it now, especially given the pace we've seen all weekend from Azroy.
That was a strange old line coming in there from Dimaseki Pratama. And cutting across. Oh, there's so much late braking.
Yeah, who gets the power down coming out of the corners better is the question.
Adananta doing particularly well.
Yeah, Apiwat doing well behind him too. Dimaseki really on a move.
That was a chaotic moment. It's deceptive, this course. You think it's open, and then suddenly, with no visible obstacles, you've got to take the right and the left, and they're a bit more severe than you think they are. This 16, for example, it doubles back on itself. It's more than a hairpin. Apiwat moves into P2 and gets the hairpin beautifully right.
What a neat move that was. Absolutely clean.
blue Yamaha, as we look at the black Dimas Eki Pratama for MS Glofamen Racing Team. Very stylish look. Apiwa in P2. Adananta leads from Apiwa from Azroy Hakim. Reza Danica, Dinas Eki. Engo Nagao has got off to a slow start and has stayed down in P12.
Yeah, this is good performance so far. Early on from Adananta Putra. He's really confident now on this Supersport 600. Last year was his rookie year. He made good, steady progress, and now he's a front runner, starting the second half of the season this weekend in Mandalika, in second place in the standings.
Veda Eger, having started in pole, made that mistake. He recovered a little bit of his poise and his calm. He's still in that leading little group. Bike number 54.
Azroy has got back in front of Apiwat. Plenty of Astra Honda fans, of course, here.
The massive stadium. They're putting up new stands virtually every time we see it. We come to this venue. Adananta Putra still leads the way. Dimaseki is having a lot of fun out there. He is really racing for fun. Azroy Hakim has got himself ahead once again of Apiwat Wangtananon. Apiwat doesn't quite seem his usual dominant self this weekend.
No, it could be the injury, or he's not a rider who would ever want to show any weakness or pain to his rivals.
But a broken wrist is a broken wrist.
Yeah, it does hurt. In dry conditions, you have to put a lot of pressure on the bike to get it to turn from these high speeds.
Adananta Putra leads the way. Azroy Hakim has just posted the fastest time so far, a 1:38.4, which is nearly 2/10 quicker than anybody else. Dimaseki is down. Dimaseki was the second fastest racer. He will not be completing this race.
Immaculate Miss Glofamen. Honda not so immaculate anymore. Unfortunate, he was looking good up in the mix at the front. That's left the front three with a bit of a gap on the rest of the field as Adananta takes back the lead for Astra Honda. Bunchu Honda behind him. Yamaha Techni Racing behind him.
Yeah, that was a lovely bit of improvisation, and so Azroy says, if you can do it on one corner, I can do it on the next. It is all about, it's such a flowy circuit. There are different lines that take you through to the next corner and beyond. So we've seen this several times in all categories, that as soon as one is overtaken, the line enables you to retake your place. Azroy Hakim Amwar leads. Look at that, through on the inside goes Apiwat Wangtananon.
Yeah, that looks like a favourite spot for Apiwat. He wants to get off after Azroy. Helmi Asman come up now. He's up to P6. Got Veda just ahead of him.
Azroy Hakim Amwar's got a lead of 0.6 of a second over Adananta and Apiwat Wangtananon. Adananta in P2 for Astra Honda Racing. But this is impressive for Azroy Hakim.
Adananta getting back in front of Apiwat. And coming up behind him is Reza. Having a look at the back of Apiwat, so it's good progress, and good to see Reza on these bigger bikes, becoming truly competitive.
Still a long way to go, but it's 0.7 of a second lead for Azroy Hakim Amwar.
That front group is expanding because Veda Eger is getting back on the pace, and Helmi Asman is right behind him. So it's just 1.6 seconds last time around, covering that top six.
Bike 32, Helmi Asman had a difficult time in qualification, but looked pretty determined in the pre-race interview with Daniel Bogas. And there he is, he's actually in a genuine battle there for P2. He's at the back of the little group. Behind them, he's got Padilla and Tanat. But in the lead, Azroy Hakim Amwar, he's doing this beautifully. It's almost like he's on rails at the moment. We're not focusing on him. because he's gone through. His lead is still 7/10 of a second, lapping 138, mid 138s.
Yeah, this is good form from Razor. He's trying to pick a fight with Apiwat. Only the bravest do that.
I'm liking that. Adelanta in P2. Apiwat. Nice clean line in the blue Yamaha. And then behind them, that is a genuine, maybe a battle for P3, P2 at the moment. Adnan Putra's got himself a little bit of distance. He's got himself nearly half a second clear of that battle for P3.
Let's watch this gap to Adenanta. Helmi Asman comes up the inside of Veda Ega. Helmi Asman won race 1 here last year.
He hasn't had a win so far. He's had 2 podiums this year. And did not finish in a short season, even a 12-race season. DNFs really do come back to haunt you. Azroy leads the way. There is Helmi, bike number 32, in P5 and battling for P4. They're sounding good, those Hondas. We're above the start-finish line in our commentary position, and there's a very, very pleasing growl. But I've spoken a little bit too early there.
Yeah, that was an aggressive move by Veda, trying to make his way back up. We'll just have a look at this battle here behind the front two, Azroy and Adenanta. It could be that Apiwat is holding up the Hondas behind him. Let's see what happens this time around. We're at half distance now in this 12-lap race.
This is the battle for P1. 0.2 of a second quicker on that lap was Mohamed Adanantuputra for Astra Honda Racing. He's just posted the best time of the race, a 1:38.3, which was a 10th quicker than Azroy Hakim. So he's closing the gap in P3. That is Apiwat was under pressure, just closes the gate in time, under real pressure from Veda Ega, who's become very aggressive. Now it's a 5-way battle for P3. And Veda Ega and Reza Danica, they've all gone past the Yamaha. I think you were right, the Yamaha of Apiwat Wongthananon was holding them up, Barry Russell.
Now let's see whether Veda Ega can lead that group of 3 Hondas up onto the back of Adenanta, who's in second place.
There's plenty of time, and if they work together, this little group of 3, they could find themselves going into the last couple of laps with a genuine chance of not even a podium, but a top 2 place. Let's see if they can work together. Azroy Hakim leads by 0.5 of a second, and then there's another 1.3 seconds between 2 and 3. Veda Ega, bike 54, leads Reza Danica to Astra Honda and Nidametsu Bunchu Honda, and the Yamaha is trying to get a drag. Or the lead between 2 and 3 has actually gone up, Barry.
Yeah, and the lead, well, the battle for the lead has
come down.
Constantine and up, yeah, absolutely. But let's see, now that Veda Ega has got free of Apiwat, whether they can close the gap. We'll be able to see this time around.
Azroy Hakim looking for his 2nd win of the season. Behind them, this is the battle for P3. Veda Ega, who was on pole position, he's looking for his 1st podium of the season.
Oh, well, this is a battle for the win now between Adenanta and Azroy. Here comes Adenanta.
Well, we've seen this happen before. One can take the lead if the line is different from the man behind, Azroy Hakim. He might be able to strike back immediately, but not on this occasion. Adanantuputra, perfect line from the Indonesian. He himself, we call him, he's a comparative veteran, they say, Astra Honda team, but he himself is only just 20.
Yep, and in his 2nd season, but he does look confident, but Azroy does too. Azroy's a tough racer. He's a rider that keeps his wheels in line. This Mandalika circuit, although it wasn't great for him last year, it should suit his riding style.
Looking to get a really tight drive into the corner. Right then, 4 laps to go for the front 2. The lead has changed hands. Adinanta Putra, he is now the man being chased, but the lead is, what, less than a tenth of a second, and we have a new race leader.
We do, and what we're looking out for now, the gap has shrunk slightly back to P3, but the question is, will these two hold each other up and allow Veda leading those three Hondas behind them catch up? Intriguing situation and a great battle here between these two, Indonesian Honda and a Malaysian Honda.
In many ways they're not battling, it's almost like they're helping each other out, keep the lead, and let's sort out 1 and 2 between us on the last lap. Could be what's going through their minds. There's the battle. To his credit, Apiwat Wangtananon has not been dropped by the three Hondas. He was overtaken within a couple of corners on lap number 4, but he stayed close since then.
Yeah, really, Yamaha's nowhere in this particular contest. Apiwat in 6th, just hanging on. And then we've got Kengo down in 10th. Wayu Nugroho, McKinley Carl-Paz, Chargentong all at the back of this field.
There's the battle for P3. Azroy, Helmy trying to just make some kind of headway on the two Astra Hondas. They come past us, right in front of us. Lovely whine of the engines.
Yeah, the two leaders are lapping slightly quicker than the others. The gap expanded by a couple of tenths that time. It seems as though the chasing group not making an impression.
Helmy Asman, there's just a little note from race control that he exceeded turn 9. He just needs to be careful as he tries to push to try to get into a P3. There is the gap, you're quite right, it has gone up. Up at 8.
Oh, look at that. Helmy tried to make up 2 places. But Veda had a good drive out of that. Razor Danica having a look, and I tell you what, Des, it's good to see Razor having a real scrap near the front.
Helmy has made up a place. He'll be happy with that. He's gone past one of them. So he's the Meaton and Astra Honda sandwich. Ahead of them, now, there's a little bit of space there for the other Idemitsu Bunchu Honda. As once again, Helmy tries to make a move, like 32.
Look at the speed of Veda Egger.
And Katisak not far behind here, so you've got the group of 4 and then the youngster, Katisak Singapong. 1 and 2 go through. Half a second between them. 2 seconds between P2 and P4. So that gap has...
Oh, Veda Egger gets well out of shape under braking for turn 1. That allows Helmy to go through. That allows Razor to go through as well. And Apiwat.
One mistake. It's all it takes. A little bit of pressure is on there. Veda, well, he is still a young racer. He will make mistakes, but he won't be happy to have made it. That's a crucial part of this race. And this is looking good for Idemitsu Bunchu Honda. 1 and 3 at the moment.
Yeah, this is good. We know Helmy goes well here. He can gap Veda now. That's a bit of a big ask. But honestly, Des, until this point in the season, we were talking about, can Veda Egger grow up into the 600s? We haven't even mentioned that as a factor this weekend. He has arrived in Supersport 600s.
Gastisak is making a move as well. This is really good. He's another young racer. Okay, he's in a Talent Cup that's got to come to Mandalika again later this year. My word, how he'd love to take a Apiwat Wangtananon. That would be a real scalp for him.
Looks like he's got the pace. But catching Apiwat is one thing, overtaking him is another.
And he's right on the back wheel, is young Katisak Singapong. For Honda Racing Thailand as we come into the final lap. The leader is Azroy Hakim Anwar. 6/10 clear of Adananto Putra.
And he's just stretched that lead slightly.
Helmi Asman, 2 seconds down on the front two, and this is looking good for Azroy.
Yeah, he looked confident at the start. There's a little grin around his face that just indicated the inner confidence, the belief that he could do this, and he has shown good pace all weekend.
Behind them, Reza Danica, bike 1, 2, 3, right on the tail there of Helmi Asman. That's for a podium. This is for the win. This is the battle for P1. That's the good of battle, the better battle for P2. Reza Danica looks on the inside. Reza Danica Arons takes P3 away from Idemetsu Bunchu Honda's Helmi Asman.
Reza Danica is announcing his arrival in Supersport 600, the 2023 AP 250 champion. This is impressive from him.
Right then, for Azroy Hakim, case of make no mistakes. Make sure you hold on to the victory, but look at that, Reza Danica has just been slingshotted past. This is for the win. Bike number 20, Azroy Hakim Anwar. He has got the line, he has got the speed. Has he got the right line coming into the final corner? It looks like he has. Azroy Hakim Anwar, Idemetsu Bunchu Honda, takes it from Adananto Putra. P3 goes to Helmi Asman from Veda Ega. Reza Danica drops down to P5. Kyatasuk takes the scalp of Apiwat Wangtananom, and Tanat Longpiao completes the top 8.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ride there. There's Mrs. Azroy. She's pretty happy with that.
Absolutely thrilled to bits.
Fabulous, fabulous. And another good ride from Adananta. He closed right